Hello, and welcome to another episode of Case Closed. Today, we look into the life and crimes of the Deadpool Killer. Wade Stephen Wilson is an American criminal, convicted of the 2019 murders of Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz in Cape Coral, Florida. Due to sharing the name of the Marvel character Wade Deadpool Wilson, Wilson has been referred to in the media as the Deadpool Killer. Wilson was sentenced to death in 2024 after being found guilty of first-degree murder, among other charges. Prior to the murders, Wilson had a criminal history dating back to 2012, including convictions for burglary, grand theft, and firearms offenses. Wilson was born on May 20, 1994, to teenage parents. He was adopted by Steve and Candace Wilson and raised in Tallahassee, Florida, where he attended Childs High School. During his youth, Wilson was often described as troubled and was reportedly involved in minor criminal activities and substance abuse. He also sustained several head injuries and concussions during his childhood and adolescence, which he later cited as contributing to his feelings of instability. His encounters with the law began in 2012 in Leon County, where he was involved in various incidents, including burglary, assault, and firearm-related offenses. In November 2013, Wilson was sentenced to prison for burglary and grand theft, serving until September 2014. In 2015, he faced charges of sexual battery and kidnapping after a woman accused him of assaulting her in his vehicle following a party. However, he was acquitted of these charges by a jury. By 2017, Wilson was incarcerated again for stealing firearms, serving until July 2018. Later in 2018, he was mentioned in connection with the case of Denise Williams, the target of an alleged murder for hire plotted by her husband, Brian Winchester, while serving time with Wilson. He has said he received $20,000 in a white manila envelope at a meetup, post-release while on probation to carry out the attack. In February 2019, his former girlfriend reported an incident in which he allegedly assaulted and strangled her, although she initially accused him of kidnapping and rape. Investigators did not pursue these charges, due to a lack of evidence and an existing no-contact order. On July 1, 2019, Wilson was arrested again for battery. 3 months later, on October 7, 2019, Wilson committed 2 murders within hours. The first victim, Christine Melton, was strangled in her home after Wilson had met her at a live music bar. Later that day, Diane Ruiz, a mother of 2 and a bartender, was strangled and subsequently run over multiple times after being lured into Melton's car under false pretenses. He called his biological father, Stephen Testaseca, soon afterwards, and confessed to murdering the women. Testaseca and his wife called the police, and Wilson was arrested the following day. He told detectives that he would be willing to do it again. During legal proceedings, evidence of Wilson's mental health was presented, including testimony about his brain injuries. A neurologist testified that brain scans showed trauma and impairment, which might explain some of Wilson's impulsive behaviors. However, experts for the prosecution argued that drug abuse was a more significant factor in his actions. The defense claimed that Wilson's drug abuse could have impaired his judgment at the time of the crime. Wilson's biological father, Stephen Testaseca, testified against him in court, recounting details of his confession over the phone. Testaseca stated that his son ran over Ruiz after realizing she was not yet dead, and also could not explain his motives beyond stating, "I just wanted to do it." More than the required 8 out of the 12 jurors recommended the death penalty for Wilson. 9 jurors for the murder of Melton, and 10 jurors for the murder of Ruiz. Having the power to take or disregard the jury's suggestion, Judge Nicholas Thompson imposed 2 death sentences. Wilson is appealing the decision to the Supreme Court of Florida. Wilson's sentencing was marked by public interest and controversy, including numerous messages from individuals pleading for clemency. His case raised questions about the intersection of mental health, criminal behavior, and the justice system. The case attracted extensive media coverage, partly because of Wilson's common name, with the well-known fictional Marvel character, Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson. Public reactions were mixed, with some expressing sympathy due to his mental health issues, while others focused on the brutality of his crimes. In jail, while awaiting trial for the murders, Wilson applied multiple tattoos on his face, including a swastika under his right eye. In 2020, Wilson and his cellmate were accused of tampering with a window in their cell in an attempt to escape. Wilson, who was reportedly the primary planner and instigator of the escape effort, also tried to set up a getaway car. In 2023, he pleaded no contest to smuggling drugs into prison. In exchange for having charges relating to an alleged escape attempt dropped, he was sentenced to a fine and 12 years in prison to be served concurrently with his death penalties. Wilson survived a drug overdose at Lee County Jail in 2023. The incident prompted an investigation by the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Investigators uncovered a conspiracy to traffic illegal drugs into the jail. 4 others were also charged in the incident. Wilson is currently on death row at the Florida State Prison in Rayford, Florida. Thanks for watching another Case Closed video. As always, stay safe and be kind to each other. Also, hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps the channel.